presents the bottom line. The Stone Cold Censor. Feed me more. You just made the list.
What's up, all my armchair bookers? Titus O'Neil failed at the Rumble. So today we are going to get into this greatest Royal Rumble. Titus O'Neil failed at the Rumble. I'm Jazz, and I'm here with my boy too. Titus O'Neil failed at the Rumble. Okay, now we get shit out the fucking way. God damn.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Were you talking about Titus World Slide?
Oh my fucking god, dude. Okay, all right. WWE, the shit was like halfway funny. Actually, it was pretty crazy and funny when it first happened. It really was.
He just shockmastered himself. It's over. He shockmastered himself. That's him now.
But
you also got to remember Vince still isn't necessarily that big on Titus ever since the whole incident where he like blocked Vince off going off the stage, even though he was trying to be chauvinistic. And Vince got really mad and almost fired him, but they told him he couldn't because that would be seen heavily as racist for firing a black dude just for trying to be a gentleman.
Oh, that was somebody said. Somebody said it would. Somebody said it would have been racism if he did that.
Like last year, whenever that thing happened. Yeah,
no, but
a lot of people were making a big deal that Vince was getting ready to like fire a dude and suspend a dude for simply trying to be like, hey, you should probably let the lady go first.
I mean, okay, I know what you're talking about. For clarification, it was after
some Raw thing.
I forget what it was. Somebody's big like retirement or some special event. I know what you're talking about though. Vince and like Stephanie and Triple H and everybody was leaving, and Titus and the whole locker room was out there like letting them go by, and Titus O'Neil pulled Vince out of nowhere and said "ladies first" and was like grinning and shit. I know what you're talking about. For everybody who doesn't know, but. And I don't want to spend too much time on this.
That's also why part of the reason why Vince just kept replaying the video. It was like, ha ha ha. Yeah. Now he gets this going on. You know what I mean? Yeah, now we're even. Kind of thing.
I didn't see it so much. I didn't see the incident so much as Titus being like chivalrous, so to speak. Yeah, okay, he was ladies first. I saw it as Titus just was like being like, ha ha ha, aren't I cute? Like that's how I took it. I didn't take it as Vince, like he was actually like being like, hold on, Vince. He's like, hoo, ain't I a stinker? Like that's how I took that shit.
Well, if so, then Vince should be even more mad. Cause let me tell you something. Everybody at Bugs Bunny went, haha, ain't I a stinker too? Got fucking wrecked.
Yeah, because I mean, we all know about the whole with Vince McMahon was gonna, have the whole death angle and all that shit, and fucking Paul London or whatever was like smiling hard as shit. When Vince walked by everybody, remember that shit? You remember that shit?
Mm-hmm.
When Vince walked by everybody in the background and Paul London was just grinning his ass off. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, Paul London ends up like nowhere to be found. You do not ain't I a stinker Vince McMahon because then you will get kicked out the fucking company. Anyway, but this fucking Titus like tripping. Like I said, when it happened, me and Ibn, along with everybody else, is probably like, oh my god. Ibn is my brother for those who don't know, obviously. But I was like, oh my god, what the fuck happened? Because you just saw legs sticking out from under the ring like the fucking Wicked Witch of the East on some Wizard of Oz shit. But it was funny, but they ran it into the fucking ground.
Oh, they're gonna keep running it. It's his new gimmick.
Yes, I know. He's like, Matt Hardy reinvents himself as becoming broken or woken. Okay. Chris Jericho, when he became the fucking like heel Jericho, reinvented himself by wearing suits and using big words. Now he's reinvented himself with this whole.
Titus didn't reinvent himself. Like I said, he's shockmastered. He's shockmastered. He was supposed to have a moment, and then he fell, and that became his career. It happened with the Shockmaster. If you don't know what the Shockmaster is, just
I
look
know
it
the
up.
Shockmaster.
Just look it up. I think anybody watching does. Shockmaster himself tweeted like, "Oh, the fall is strong with this one." And like
Uh,
someone else
uh,
tweeted like,
oh,
and Mick Foley and other people tweeted stuff like a Shockmaster action figure passing a torch to a Titus O'Neil action figure, like it's
yeah.
official. Like so,
There's
that's what
a
happened.
Shockmaster wait. There's a Shockmaster action figure.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can look at Mick Foley's Twitter. He had a picture. He's like, it's official. I think he retweeted a picture of Shockmaster like giving a torch to fucking Titus O'Neil. Like it's just what happens. You fall on a big enough stage, and then that just becomes who you are.
Bruh.
That's the unfortunateness of it. I wish it didn't happen to Titus. I had no problem with Titus. I'm also not like, oh boy, here comes Titus O'Neil.
I've never had with him. I've never had a problem with him.
Exactly.
I actually kind of liked him at one point, especially when he was teaming with Darren. Like when the primetime players first started with Abraham Washington, we've talked about this shit a lot on the podcast. But when the primetime players first teamed with Abraham Washington, they were actually really fucking good. And then Titus O'Neil and Darren Young was a dope ass team. But Titus O'Neil by himself hasn't been that bad. But this his whole fucking reinvention of his career is off of him. Ooh, look, I slipped. This is so stupid.
And it doesn't help that back in the like old NXT thing, I think it was NXT season 2,
Somebody dug up
the
with
McGillicuddy
keg.
thing where he had the fucking keg and they had to do the keg race, and he literally like, all right, let's go, 1, 2, 3, trips, falls on his face.
Somebody dug up him tripping with that keg. Yeah, I saw that shit. Oh god. Anyway, let's get into this Rumble. Honestly, I don't have too much to say about too much in this fucking like Rumble because WWE basically hit all of us with the okey doke, and like the whole internet has been saying, and I mean, I'd be curious to hear what you say, Pete. But like the whole internet has been saying, and I agree, this was pretty much a glorified house show.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, I was wondering like if you were gonna like have anything
That's
to say.
definitely how it turned out. It was non-canon as fuck, with the exception of the Rumble itself.
Yeah. Which I
It
mean,
was a fucking
at,
filler
at,
arc.
at the end of the day, the fucking Rumble doesn't really have too much like bearing on the rest of the fucking shit anyway. So
It matters enough. It matters enough because they still count any records set in there as official Royal Rumble records.
right,
So that's
it
why that matters.
it mattered enough for the fact that even though Daniel Bryan didn't win, he now holds the record for longest Rumble time.
And a certain somebody lost their record too. Someone that they probably didn't want to be losing his record like 2 years after he said it.
Who you talking about?
Roman Reigns, who took Kane's elimination record, that Royal Rumble that he won and pissed everybody off,
Mm-hmm.
actually just lost the record to Braun Strowman.
Oh, for number of people
Eliminated in a single Rumble.
So what's Braun's record now?
13.
Because Kane's was 11, right?
Yep, Roman's was 12. Braun is 13.
Shit. Oh shit.
And
Okay.
I don't think
okay.
they meant for that to happen, but fuck you, Roman. It's Braun time.
That's funny. Now I will say this though. As far as the greatest Royal Rumble goes, fucking our picks, we actually were on the fucking money with this. Like you ended up being right. You picked Braun Strowman, and you thought Braun Strowman was gonna be a bust. But
I thought it was the comedy action. Yeah, our freaking comedy options were the last two people in there. Like, haha, big man in the Rumble. Let's just go. Big man ever win. Let's have it be Braun Strowman. I say Big Cass. And it was fucking Big Cass versus Braun Strowman at the end.
Yep. And Big Cass eliminated who he's in a feud with right now. And we'll talk about that feud more when we get to the SmackDown part. But yeah. I know you love that feud, by the way. But Big Cass eliminated Daniel Bryan, and then it was him and Braun Strowman. But no,
Wait, how are we talking about this as are we just blah blah talk about it as a whole? Or are we gonna go like a match to match, like how the matches were and stuff? Because I'll talk more about the Rumble itself when we get to the Rumble, if that's the case.
well, see, this is the thing, man. We can. I was gonna we just kind of started talking about the Rumble, so I was letting it roll. But the event itself, like, we can go match by match, but
I mean, we don't have to spend like 15 minutes on every match, but I just didn't know if we were like gonna be like, oh, the night started with this match was good, doop a doop, like we do with most things.
Touche. Okay, so we can start at the beginning then in that case. So we can start at the beginning of the night and actually get into the whole event in itself. First of all, one thing that I realized after, but I didn't realize during, is there was no apron video for this event. Did you notice that?
No.
Yeah, I know. It was just regular apron. And then if Ibn made a good fucking point where he was like, it's a good thing it wasn't an apron video because Titus O'Neil would have fucked himself.
No, that part's always actually a thing.
Oh, okay. But there was no apron video.
Yeah.
It's just regular. Yeah. There was ring post videos, but there was no apron video. The event in itself. So this was for the regular civilians and whatnot, and also the royal family. Now, not trying to talk about anybody, but it was very fucking obvious that these motherfuckers, some of these royal family motherfuckers, do not really watch wrestling, nor do they necessarily give a shit about wrestling.
Oh, they did not give a fuck.
It was so obvious. Oh my god,
were unimpressed as hell.
Dude, there was one part during Jinder and Jeff where Jeff Hardy was on the barricade, and I turned to Infant and I'm like, these motherfuckers do not care. Jeff Hardy on the barricade, one dude standing up talking to somebody, got his back turned, the other people like kind of leaning back, not looking. I'm like, if this was a regular Raw or any event,
yeah, everyone's losing their shit.
If a wrestler's on the barricade, you are looking up at them like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? These people could have been like, it could have been a fucking bird flying by, or like a leaf in the wind. They didn't give a shit. Like a whisper in the wind.
I was just about to be like, you mean a whisper?
I said that before you did because I knew you were going to try to say this. But no, but like these people did not give a fuck. First of all, half of the fucking like front row royal family motherfuckers showed up like an hour, 2 hours into the event.
They were unimpressed. They do not care.
They had the most cushy ass chairs, the whole event, the hard canvas facing them, and they just leaning back, just like, when is this going to be over? Mm-hmm. They're still going. Okay, thank you for like, I don't know, that like if their friend is like Joe or Bob or whatever. Thanks, Bob, for setting up this event for me. Next time, can we just go like swimming? Like, fuck. Oh man, that shit was funny as hell, dude. Anyway, so John Cena, Triple H. Again, it's a glorified house show. John Cena, Triple H, they kick it off. It was a cool little match. I don't remember too much from these matches, man, because
I don't remember much. It was a week ago, but just dated the video. Whatever. Bottom line is, I thought the match was all right. I thought it was weird that they opened with John Cena versus Triple H at the same time. You might as well open with the names that people are going to recognize. Kind of like I was saying, that whole match in general was, hey, here's some people these people are actually going to recognize. The match was solid. It was solid. It was a solid match. They both did stuff, got some things here and there. No one was like burying things. Cena got in way more offense than he did at WrestleMania.
Because the match was longer, first of all. So. No, it was a solid match because Triple H and John Cena, people talk shit about both of them, but they can both put on good matches when they do. So it was a good match. And John Cena ended up winning after he hit, I think, a second attitude adjustment or FU on Triple H, and then I did think that like he said I want to thank Saudi Arabia for unmatched hospitality, whatever. I thought it was cool when he said the whole thing about like whatever's going on in my universe, which is somewhat of like a nod to people who know about the whole thing with him and Nikki. I was like, I see what you did there, Jeff. So yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like it was a whole nod to the whole women thing. Which, by the way, let's get that out the way right now.
Oh, okay.
All the women superstars got like $25,000 paychecks because they weren't allowed to wrestle there. So
you know the amount. I just heard they got a decent payday. You know the amount?
Oh well, I heard.
Okay.
That the amount was around $25,000, which I mean, $25,000 to stay at home and not hurt yourself for millions of people. Okay, you know what? Whatever.
On. I mean, yeah, but no, yeah, I had definitely heard that all the women got a decent check because of the fact that they couldn't work, which is very much taking care of your fucking talent. So yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry that, this country has other laws that don't allow you to perform, but hey, here's a fuck ton of money.
Exactly. Yeah, but yeah, it was a nice little match. Solid. Cedric Alexander against Kalisto. Now, if you know anything about the two of these dudes, which, like I said on the predictions, I know a little bit about Cedric. I know more about Kalisto. I know enough to know this should be a good match. This was match of the night, I believe. Now,
we both have Cena winning the first one.
I gotta look back at the thing. I didn't write the shit down, bro.
Okay.
Because I don't even fucking remember. I'll have to do it. I have to do it like in post as far as like.
Whatever. I know we had different people in this one because I wanted to say Cedric, but just for shits and giggles, I said Kalisto because you said Cedric first.
Yeah. Cedric ended up winning because of the fact that he reversed Kalisto's Salida del Sol into a
shit.
Which nobody knows what the Salida del Sol or the lumbar check is, so nobody realized like, oh shit, he's reversing a finisher into a finisher.
Oh,
but it was
the crowd that was there. Yeah, that's
no, but I'm talking about even if it was here in America, I don't think people would know.
Yeah. People have seen the ouchies. They've seen Salida del Sol as well.
The ouchies.
I call the lumbar check the ouchies.
I know what you're talking about, right?
Like that, it's just ouchies. That's all it is. It fucking hurts like a motherfucker because it's the whole putting someone up and just knees to the back like that. Like, ouchies incoming.
It looks like a toss up, spin around backstabber.
It looks like ouchies. That's what it looks like. It looks like it hurts. It looks like it hurts a lot. And so it also looks like it would hurt him too.
Yeah, it's like the opponent on their back version of that like stomach buster whatever move Darren Young did. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. I forgot Darren Young. See, now that I forgot existed. I forgot Darren Young had a finisher.
I forgot what it was called, but yeah.
But yeah, either way, and Salida del Sol, like Kalisto had a bit of a time on the main roster before this whole cruiserweight thing. Cedric Allen just showed up when the cruiserweight thing happened. Kalisto's been around for a while, and Salida del Sol with the flip and all that shit. You got to remember, so Kalisto did that shit off the top of a ladder once.
Holy shit!
Onto another ladder.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that shit was epic.
Yeah, Salida del Sol, for those of y'all who don't know, because somebody might not, is, what is it? Starts off like a stunner, he flips over them, and then does like an edge-o-matic, or which is a backwards X-Factor. So, yeah. I had to explain what the edge-o-matic was, because I was like, everybody forgot that. So,
people may not know what a Salida del Sol is, so let me just use it with by describing using four other moves. Oh, it's really just a stunner into an edge-o-matic, which is like an X-Factor.
Because I was like, well, when I said edge-o-matic,
because clearly, like, all three of those wrestlers still wrestle, and those moves are seen every week.
Everybody knows what a fucking Stone Cold Stunner is at the very least.
Yeah. I don't know what an Edge-O-Matic is.
Nobody know what an Edge-O-Matic is. No, that's true. Because Edge never really used the Edge-O-Matic when he was wrestling. So yeah. But no, like I am waiting until Cedric Alexander gets to get on one of these main shows.
I mean,
the last two matches I've seen this dude have been fucking incredible.
Again, the cruiserweights are very talented. It's just making people care about the matches that WWE has the problem with.
Yeah.
Because even this match, as godlike as it was, I'm like,
don't give a fuck.
This match is godlike, but I don't care. It's 205 live. There's too much WWE. That's like if you tell me that the people fighting for the Great Britain Championship put on a 5-star match. I'll be like, I don't know jack shit about that. I barely know what's going on in NXT, and I care more about that than I do 205 Live, which I care more about than the fucking Great Britain Division Championship. Like, oh, it's Pete Dunne. Have you seen the shit he can do? No.
Who the fuck is Pete Dunne?
Exactly.
I knew.
Imagine caring less about the Cruiserweight Championship and you get that title. Sorry if you guys are from Great Britain and you do care. You can chalk it up to me being, a jackass, ignorant American that only cares about America. Yay, red, white, and blue.
All right, before we start World War III in this motherfucker.
That'll be started for less reasons to me. I said I insulted him as I said an ignorant American that doesn't care enough. Okay, if anything, that's just supporting their theories. And how's that going to start a world war? Anyway, moving on. So, match was good. You were right. I was wrong. Next match.
Great fucking match. Before we even talk about the rest of the fucking matches, like another way that it showed that it was obviously a glorified house show. And they fucking got everybody with the okie doke. Is no title changed hands. No title.
That's what I said. It was entirely like non-canon. It was a filler arc.
Like not a single title changed fucking hands in this whole fucking show. But yeah, like the only title that quote unquote like changed hands was the next match, Matt Hardy or the Leaders of Worlds versus the Bar, because it had to, because it was vacated.
Yeah, Vacant lost his title.
Right. You know what's funny? And I don't have a problem with it, but you think that the Twisted Fate push down thing, like wheelbarrow thing, is like the shit. I was looking at somebody else talk about it. They said they think it looked kind of goofy and stupid.
I liked it at first, and then this one definitely did seem a little less interactive.
The one that he did at the Go Home Raw before the Greatest Royal Rumble seemed much better than the one he did at. But yeah.
Yes, that's what. So I could see the other person being like, "Oh, that was boy. He looks disinterested. He looks like he shouldn't even be there." Like, oh, I'm part of this move too. But no, the one he did on Raw, the extra emphasis, it looked painful. I'm all for moves that look painful. It's wrestling.
Yeah. Another solid match. There's not too much to talk about.
Nope.
All right. I believe it was after this match that WWE took about a 15-minute or so break in between, so everybody could go outside and pray towards Mecca, and they showed they covered it up by showing packages and whatnot, which I thought that was actually pretty cool that they did that, because one, you kind of have to because you're not going to have an audience, but at the same time, I thought that it was really cool that they even put a break within their event for said audience of a different culture to not miss anything.
Yeah, so if you go into another country, regardless of what you agree with their cultures, it is their culture. You are a guest in their country. You should at the very least respect it. You don't have to agree with it, but you gotta respect it because you're a guest in their country.
Right, exactly. It's like if you go over somebody's house and like say if I go over your house, like at my house, when I put cups down, I don't use a coaster. At your house, if you want me to use a coaster, gotta use a fucking coaster,
Exactly.
to say the least. But yes, so I thought that was really cool. Like I said, one, they wouldn't have really had too much of an audience, but they still put a little intermission, which WWE never does intermissions. Like the most intermission they'll do is a crappy match or a concert to like kind of give you that like excuse, but they actually put the intermission in their show for them. So I thought that was nice. United States Championship, Jeff Hardy, who's the champion, no title change hands, won against Jinder Mahal. Of course, second biggest bot of the event that everybody's talking about.
That whisper in the wind.
Yep, the fucking whisper in the wind. Now, what's funny is so in the middle of. I'm actually gonna say this shit on the fucking podcast. I can't believe it. But anyway, in the middle of the fucking match, like I had made breakfast that day for me and my brother to eat. In the middle of the fucking match, fucking like maybe a minute or two in, I had to use the bathroom, something crazy, so I missed half this match. I missed the whole thing actually. But fucking, I come back. It was like, man, you gotta see this botch. It was funny as shit. So yeah, I come back and fucking Jeff falls, Jinder gets up and then falls. Like, wow, okay. And then he tried to tweet out something like, "I was just playing possum," trying to trick Jeff, trying to bait him. I was like, I see what you're doing
Jeff
there.
Missed, and then he heard, and then as he whooshed by Jinder, the wind whispered to him, "Fall." See, that's the most legitimate whisper in the wind I've ever seen. The wind literally whispered for him to fall, and despite the fact that Jeff missed the move.
You didn't make that up. You didn't make that up.
I didn't hear anyone else say it.
Oh shit. Okay, never mind.
If someone else said it, then sure. But I'm just going off the fact that the move's called "Whisper in the Wind."
True. I just thought because I thought that maybe somebody else had said that. Well, good. That was funny.
Yeah.
Then we had 4 of the first ever Saudi Arabia tryouts for the Performance Center, which, is nice that they actually had WWE branching out and actually had like locals, or at least like, people from the country, Saudi Arabia would not like to be in the ring and, showing what they could do. And then out of nowhere, the fucking Daivari brothers with like old school Sean Daivari fucking comes in and they start talking shit. And then we get the whole "I'm from Iran" like whole fucking like boo, which is the equivalent of like "you're not from America" heat. in like America. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the whole and then they start fucking shitting on each other, and then of course each one of them proceeded to beat the Daivari's asses.
Mm-hmm.
SmackDown Championship. The Bludgeon Brothers beat the Usos. I don't remember too much of this match, which means that it must have been another Uso squash.
It wasn't a squash, but it wasn't a strong showing either. The Bludgeon Brothers practically ate them. They just got more offense in than they did in the previous matches.
Now, one thing that we knew wasn't going to happen was Naomi wasn't going to make a random ass fucking distraction
She
vignette.
was not.
Like, I'm sorry, that was so fucking random when she did that shit the fucking Tuesday before. Don't come out my match. No, I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna come out.
Ooh,
and then she just like,
that would not have gone over well at all.
well, of course she wasn't gonna do that.
I'm
But
just
I'm
saying,
making,
when you mentioned it, I'm like, oh, now that I think about it, woo, they would have done that. If they, let's say they did like bend their rules to allow women over there, and then they hit them with that, that would not have gone over well at all.
with like Naomi dancing and shit.
Yeah, and twerking and doing all that shit. Oh man, they would not have liked.
Like the fact that I said that even in the fucking PG SmackDown, the second Naomi started to like shake her ass a little bit, the camera cut away immediately, and that's over here in America. So yeah, yeah. Speaking of which, I'm not sure when it played, but let's talk about this: the fact that the Saudi Arabia like sports whatever company that WWE is partnered with to bring this over to Saudi Arabia had to issue an apology after WWE played its co-branded pay-per-view promo apparently in the arena, which featured their women, like the whole like women wrestlers. Did you know about this?
No.
So the Saudi Arabia like sports authority or whatever it's called, they released like a serious like apology about like I'm sorry that you all had to witness this package or whatever because WWE apparently like didn't realize or like forgot or whatever and like played the fucking like they played the co-branded pay-per-view which features the male and female wrestlers
Yeah.
and rapping and whatever and the women are wearing their attire and like makeup and shit and they like played that in the arena apparently. So yeah. And they released a serious fucking apology the next day.
So imagine if Naomi would have went there and came out and did that whole thing.
Yeah. But they released like a serious fucking apology and shit. Which I was like, ooh, WWE, your first time over there, you already accidentally fucked up. Like that was the first thing I thought when I saw that. Apparently, it said the crowd there when the video came on. It said the crowd there cheered loud as shit. So they like showed the women and shit. Ladder match Intercontinental: Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, and The Miz. Fucking Seth Rollins won this ladder match in a way I've never seen anybody ever win a fucking ladder match before.
I have not seen it. I'm too lazy to do the research to see if someone else has. But yes, I have not seen that before either.
Because usually, every time people climb a ladder in wrestling, it is always the most dramatic ass, fucking slow ass crawl up the fucking ladder, which Finn Balor was in the process of doing, and then fucking Seth Rollins did some fucking like Simpsons yoink, like fucking jumped on the ladder and just snatched that bitch. That was so like out of nowhere.
Yeah, usually if it's two people on the ladder, they slowly fight, then one falls to the ground, and then the other guy wins.
Yeah, fucking Finn is like slowly crawling, doing the dramatic like crawl to the top, and then Seth just goes, "Hop, my belt." I was like, "The fuck?" Oh, and by the way, Finn, you know how Finn Balor was like busted up over his eye?
Yeah.
It was because when Seth snatched the belt, it smacked him in the face.
Oh.
That's how that happened.
Lol.
So yeah, like when he snatched the belt off the title off the thing, it smacked Finn right above his eye and just like made him bleed like something fucking ridiculous.
That's hilarious.
Man, the end of this next match, I don't care if it's a house show or not. AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, the end of this match was a fucking letdown, bro.
Ain't it though? Like,
the only time I can think, recently at least, one of the few times I can think that a double count out worked was Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn about who was going to get employed.
Yeah,
because it made sense. Other than that, like, this was so stupid. Double count outs, double knockdowns, all that stuff. They are stupid, man. They're not good finishes. Like, I just fucking, it's supposed to be AJ Styles was so mad at Shinsuke that he just didn't care about answering the call and just kept whooping his ass. Mm-hmm. All it really did, if it did anything, was it gave them fuel for the next SmackDown. Yeah. For what they did.
And that's all it really did. Exactly what it did.
That's all it really did.
The whole point of it.
The next match that we're going to talk about. Hell, for those of you all playing along at home, if you know that I'm not talking about the Rumble, I've talked about everything else, then you know what match is left, and you know why I'm dancing around the topic and not getting there. Because this fucking match is so stupid. I'm sorry, I need a second. If you want to downplay the finishers and signature moves of any competitor, have them hit them to each other back and forth about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, and each time have every dude just take turns kicking out like it wasn't shit. I don't care if it's a house show or not, and even though this was a glorified house show, it was still televised, so it's even worse. It was like Michael. I was keeping track. Michael Cole even said at home. So the tally is, what is that? 4 German suplexes. I could be getting numbers wrong, but who gives a fuck? 4 German suplexes, 5 F5s. I think it was like 3 Superman punches, like 5 spears. It was like, fuck y'all. Like, how many fucking times are we gonna hit an F5 kick out, spear kick out, German suplex kick out, Superman punch kick out? Like, how many Stone Cold Stunners you gotta hit, rock bottoms you gotta hit before somebody kicks out? Like, how many pedigrees you gotta hit? Shit.
Well, the idea is they hit these on any. I get your point. I get it exactly, and I agree. But the idea they're going for is these moves. How many do you have to hit of an F5? 8 times out of 10, it's 1. How many times do you have to hit the Roman spear? 8 times out of 10, it's 1. It's just they've got certain people that are fucking monsters in and of their own right, and they can kick out of more than one. Now, what I hate is if you're going to go with that angle, that's perfectly fine, that these are the only people that can kick out of it, but you have them kick out of 1, 2. You don't have them keep kicking out of like 50 of them.
Exactly.
And have that be their entire offense is the finisher parade.
I was just about to say that too. Is like another thing too that fucked the matchup is out the fucking gate within like 2 minutes. F5 spear, German suplex, Superman punch, German suplex, Superman punch. It was like there was nothing but finishers and signatures. That was it. That was it. Like there was nothing else.
Now I say 8 times out of 10 is because like I think it took more than one F5 to get rid of Braun. Also to get rid of Taker for that matter. Took more than one spear to get rid of Braun and Taker. So yeah, that's why I'm like 8 times out of 10, it's usually 1. But just people that are also on that they're trying to keep on that same like monster tier, they want them to be more endurant, which I get. But you gotta have a match first and then have them kick out like, holy shit, this person.
Build to that, yes.
And then only do it like twice.
Roman is not the only one to take more than one F5 to put down. Brock is not the only one to take more than one Roman spear, surprisingly enough, to put down. This is true. But, one, like we both said, build to that, first of all. Don't just have that be all it is. And then, secondly, don't make it where it's 80 billion of them, because now they're getting to a point now where the way they're building it, the only people who are strong enough to fight Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, according to the way... Yes!
Despite the fact that they've got Miz, gonna lose to Seth this coming Sunday. Yet, hell, he beat Roman with only 2 skull-crushing finales to win the Intercontinental Championship.
I mean, it's getting to a point where if you go along with the way they're going, and if you go along with kayfabe, a word that I don't necessarily use all the time, but if you go along with kayfabe, it is getting to a point where we should never react worth a fuck if anybody that is not Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar hits their finisher 1, 2, 10 times on either one of these guys. We should never think they're going to win.
Yeah.
Because, if Cena maybe the only one, but I don't even know if you really want to go along with the whole wrestling.
Super Cena, even Super Cena, only needs like 3 AAs to put people away now, and that's Super Cena.
I feel like
he needs 3 AAs.
I feel like Cena has been put down before with about 2 or 3 F5s.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's just fucking. So basically, if just because it's popped into my head randomly, but if we get a Zigmore, which the zigzag Claymore done on Roman Reigns, if we get a Zigmore done on him, we shouldn't react like, oh shit, that might be the end of the match.
Oh no, he's kicking out of like 0.5.
Like, fucking ridiculous, dude.
Actually, no, he'll lose because they don't care about power scaling anymore. We bleach this motherfucker.
Bruh, if they fucking...
We bleaching this motherfucker.
If Roman Reigns goes up against somebody like fucking shit, who's somebody that like ain't getting pushed worth a damn? If Roman Reigns goes up against fucking Chad Gable,
Titus O'Neil.
no, Chad Gable. If Roman Reigns goes up against Chad Gable, and Chad Gable, who doesn't even have a fucking finisher for all I know, fucking like beats this dude without the whole like schoolboy roll up. Beats this dude, I'd be like, what in the hell?
You know what? I got one better.
What?
Heath Slater.
I was gonna say Heath Slater, but I think that Heath Slater was being pushed a little bit. So I thought that might be...
he's being pushed less than Chad Gable.
Well, I know
Chad Gable, they're starting to push him. Like, actually, like, hey, look, he can actually be a singles competitor now.
Well, I was gonna say Heath Slater's being pushed, but Heath Slater is being pushed to be pushed as in look at this like top tier jobber. Everybody is basically so if Heath Slater goes in there and like punches Roman Reigns on some Big Show knockout shit and like wins, I would be like, what the fuck, you WWE? Like, let's talk about the end of this match, shall we? I can get pissed off some more. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar is like knocked out, climbs up, past the ropes. Roman Reigns spears him out the fucking cage, and yet Brock Lesnar retained, even though Brock Lesnar's feet were elevated on the cage wall, and Roman rolled off of him, and his feet hit first. So therefore, Roman clearly fucking won the match.
Yep.
And
I want to go with the shady finish.
But
I want to drag this out.
But this is the thing too, though. This thing too, right? Because honestly, it's very obvious somebody fucked up. If this was supposed to happen, I'm shocked. I'm very shocked that this was supposed to happen. But they were like, the announcers were trying to cover it up like a motherfucker, first of all. Because they were like, whoever's feet touched first. Well, actually, I think Brock was exposed to the outside first. His back touched first. He exposed to the outside air or outside the cage first, since Roman pushed him out. And this is my thing, right? So if it's supposed to be not whoever's feet touch first, but whoever is exposed outside the cage first, then technically Roman won because Roman tried to climb out the cage at the start of the match.
Well, they were going more with who hit the ground at all. But like someone tried to use the NFL rule of like, yeah, you can have your 2 feet inbounds, or you could have like your your ass or your knee or some other body part hit the ground. That counts the same as feet. Like maybe they're going with that. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's because he had his back hit the ground. It's the same as feet.
Fucking stupid. So fucking stupid. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, I don't know if Roman rolled off when he shouldn't have, or he rolled too far, or Brock didn't roll far enough.
I'll be surprised if this was not a accidental like oops. Like if Roman like was supposed to do that, I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked because it really seems like Brock was supposed to win, and Roman like just accidentally did it on it. Like I don't fucking know. Like, but yeah, the way they were saying
actually, did I forget. I don't think Roman used the term Vince's boy, but that's probably where they're going with this. Now, I'm going to say they meant for that to happen so Roman can continue to claim that Brock only wins because he's Vince's boy. I hate
And
that,
that's another
by the way. I hate
I was
that,
gonna say,
by the way.
Another thing that's kind of irritating me because it's very obvious right now who's Vince's boy. So
Yeah, but they have Roman go out there and keep calling Brock Vince's boy to try to convince the fans otherwise.
bruh, I feel like Roman didn't even get cheered when he
Oh,
went.
he didn't. It's
Steve.
over. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's it. If they don't cheer you in fucking Saudi Arabia, they're not gonna fucking cheer you. If they don't cheer you in a place that doesn't even know enough about the fucking wrestling thing or care, as we mentioned earlier, they still booed his ass. Meanwhile, he gets hit with the F5 and people are like, one more time, one more time, one more time. It's over. It's not gonna work. It's never worked. It's never gonna work. I'm sorry. Zip it up. Body bag. It's over. Bury that shit in a casket, which we skipped. The casket match with Rusev and Taker. It was decent. It was decent. Rusev got in more offense than Cena. Taker wins. Yay. But throw Roman in the casket with the bye-bye. See you later. This push needs to end. It's over. Even these people don't cheer him. No one's gonna cheer him. It's done.
Yeah, man. I don't get this Roman Reigns thing, and it's obvious that it's not like they're just going along to see what the fans do. It's very obvious they're trying to protect him. When you watch back packages of Roman Reigns like coming out, and they try to like splice in cheers or turn down boos.
Yes.
Stuff. It's very obvious they're trying to protect him. At WrestleMania 34, nobody is talking about this because WWE covered it up very well. But WrestleMania 34, when Roman Reigns was wrestling, they turned the crowd down. I didn't notice until I like heard back from like, and I saw like some people that I watch on YouTube doing live reactions from like being in the event. The crowd was chanting boring, same old shit, like all kind of other shit during the match, and like apparently like I think tossing around beach balls or doing the wave or some shit. But the camera held tight on the ring and turned the crowd down.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize they were doing this. They're protecting the fuck out of this dude. Like they're protecting the shit out of him because they didn't want us to hear him getting all these boos and all this other shit, which any other time, anybody else doesn't matter. And they held very tight on the ring the whole time. Nobody who watched is talking about this because we don't know. It was really good cover up, but you can't say that they're not trying to make him more than what the fans want him to be because every reaction, even in another country where the native language is not English, these motherfuckers don't want this dude to wrestle on their TV. I don't get it. Anyway,
If we're gonna talk about stuff, and again, I don't like talking about like, oh, I heard this, I heard that. But you remember those Roman plants? The Roman. Apparently, one of them actually admitted to being a plant. It's like, they asked us if we wanted free tickets, and all we had to do is that. He's like, I don't really watch a lot of wrestling, and I don't really care about the guy. So, but you like him, right? Nah, I like that Scottish guy though. He seemed cool. Fucking Drew McIntyre, because that was the night Drew McIntyre gave that like first promo where it's just like blah, 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 blah,
which
I'm
was
here
dope
to
ass.
beat the shit out of everybody in the back room because I'm angry. Party's over. But like, see, people that don't even watch wrestling, they see Roman and they're like, yeah, he looks cool, but look at insert other person here.
He looks like a superhero. I will forever say Roman Reigns looks like a superhero. Like with his like sleek look, like muscular, like build and shit. He's not a bad looking dude. He looks like he could be the guy, or at least up there.
Yeah.
At least up. But he just is not connecting with the fans, and they are trying to force him down our fucking throat. And they are just like,
that is why he's not connecting, because the fans know that he's being forced down the throat.
yeah, but that's making it worse. Besides the fact that he's not connecting, he's not connecting even more.
Yeah.
because it's just like Roman, okay, cool, we'll see what happens, and then WWE's like, no, Roman Reigns, and it's like, fuck, man. Anyway, we spent a lot talking about this match. We'll move on. We already talked a little bit about the Rumble, so we can just kind of finish up. My biggest issue with this Rumble, more than anything, besides the fact that, again, glorified house show, not that crazy, was the fact that there was too many who the fuck are you in this match. It was too much who in the fuck is that in this match.
There's a few of those, but some of those can be chalked up to, oh, I should probably watch more NXT. That's how I looked at it. But fucking the sumo.
Yes, who in the heck? So Hiroki Sumi. Now, okay, if you wanna talk more about rumor shit, which again, rumors, and I'm just saying this because whatever, fuck it. Okay, supposedly the people that who asked WWE to like bring wrestling over there wanted to have them bring over Yokozuna and Ultimate Warrior, I believe, and WWE obviously can't do that because both of them unfortunately have passed away. So supposedly, from what I heard from YouTube people, Hiroki Sumi was somewhat of their answer to Yokozuna. I don't know. I don't know how true that fucking is. It just sounds funny if it is true or not.
I've heard a similar thing. So yeah, who knows?
But anyway, who in the hell is that? And just the match itself, man. I don't know. It's just I will say real quick, whoever the hell this Dan Mather dude is, I'm mad at this motherfucker for having probably some of the worst theme music I've heard in a while. This motherfucker's music went it was some stupid shit.
I don't even remember it. But no. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about earlier. The fucking ending, like, you know, you had Daniel Bryan, Braun, and there was some other big motherfucker that was in the match, Cass, and someone else that was like, someone else that was like, it's like, oh my god, Dad, you got all these big people, and it's just little Daniel Bryan. But either way, Daniel Bryan, then it was just Cass and Braun, and fucking Cass. Like, my roommate and I are watching it because I paused it so he can get home from work. And he's like, God damn it, they're doing the Cass thing. God damn it, they're pushing Big Cass. This is terrible. They're going to have him eliminate Braun. And then, you know, Daniel Bryan attacks him. Then he goes after that. And he's like, yep, and he just eliminated Daniel Bryan. Great. And like, yeah, he's doing that. But now he's jawing off too much. And, you know, fucking Braun Strowman, that guy's Sabretooth. So he has a healing factor. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned that to you because you weren't watching last year, but during the Braun Strowman Roman Reigns thing, I just started calling Braun Sabretooth because he pretty much, that was his whole thing. He's like, I fucking hate this guy. I'm just going to show up to beat the shit out of, you know, Logan, in this case, Roman Reigns. And just beat the shit out of him for no reason other than fuck this dude and everything about him. But why, though? Fuck him, that's why. And also has a healing factor on top of it. Because Braun, like, tore his, like, elbow or something last year. Like, legit had to get a surgery on it. And then, like, we'll see him in 6 months. Yeah, 6 weeks later, he comes back. And it's like, what the fuck is with this dude? Oh, I'm not finished with you! And then they fucking storyline make his ass have a healing factor when Roman, like, legit tries to kill him with the fucking crashing an ambulance with him in it into a semi. And they're like, oh shit, Roman, what did you do? And he just like climbs out the thing, leave me alone! Limps away. It's like, fucking kidding me? He just crashed into the thing. He's just like, no! So from a character standpoint, the guy has a fucking healing factor. You can't sleep on Braun Strowman, okay? It's just bad. And even he only took 2 F5s and 3 spears. Okay? Even he! Fucking Sabretooth with a healing factor only took 2 F5s or 3 spears. Now, granted, I think that 3 spears elimination chamber match, he also had to take every other finisher of the people that were left, and then the 3 spears before he finally lost, and he eliminated everybody else in that thing that wasn't named Roman Reigns.
I mean, but that don't count, man, because that just means that if Roman was in the match, everybody would have to do their finisher on him at least 5 times a piece.
No, Roman was in that match. They all targeted Braun because, oh my god, look at this guy. He's fucking terrifying. And he kicked out of everybody's finishers and then eliminated everybody not named Roman.
What I mean is,
I'm sorry.
If Roman is gonna win a match like that, then that just means that based off of wrestling like the way it's going, Roman would have to take everybody's finisher 5 times a piece, and he'd still kick out at 2. So I don't fucking know. I don't have too much else to fucking say. Kofi's like big save was a little bit anticlimactic too. I thought. I don't know how you felt about that.
Yeah, but it was something. I mean, he's still the guy that you have to eliminate twice.
Yeah, because he clowned on Xavier Woods' back, but the way they did it, it was kind of like kind of slow motion, kind of. It was like, yeah, okay. It was like, it was one of those that was cool, but it's all good.
That's all it had to be.
Yeah.
As long as they keep it canon that Kofi Kingston is the guy that you have to eliminate twice.
True.
Like, he'll never win. Like, I hope he does, because he should. If you're, like, statistically the hardest person to eliminate from a Royal Rumble.
He should win at least one, goddamn.
He should win one. Because he is the hardest person to eliminate, you have to eliminate him twice every fucking time. So it's like, just give him the Rumble next year. He can lose a Mania. I don't care. Just give him the Rumble.
And now that they're doing women's Rumbles, Naomi looks like she's going to be the woman that you have to eliminate twice after what she did. So it's just going to be the two of them from now on. So now, not only does WWE have to come up, they have to write one save. Now they got to write 2 crazy ass saves for the men and the women.
Mm-hmm.
Because next year we're going to be looking at Naomi to see what she's going to do as well as Kofi. But I mean, I don't have too much more to say about this event. I don't know if you have anything to say.
Nah, it was very meh.
It was very, very much meh. As far as grading it on the letter scale, I would definitely give this motherfucker. I thought about this after I watched it. I would give it a C. It's average. It's right there in the middle. It's nothing special, but it's nothing bad. It's average.
I'll give it a C as well. Like, it could have been lower, but I liked the Rumble itself, at least the latter half of it. Once fucking Braun came out, it became a lot more entertaining. Like the toss through the fucking announcer table to Shane, which we didn't mention, and that was a fun spot because Shane just wants to kill himself, I guess. I don't know. He's too damn old to be doing this anymore, but he still does it.
He's been doing that shit since he first started, like, getting in the ring.
I said still.
That motherfucker, he just fucking... This motherfucker goes to WrestleMania and does a spot where he jumps off the cell, and they have it where Taker supposed to move, which means Shane basically just jumped through a fucking table.
Yeah.
What the fuck? It'd be bad enough if he jumped on Taker, but they clearly made that.
Taker knows he's too damn old for that. If Shane's too damn old to be jumping, Taker's definitely too damn old to be landed on.
But I mean, we can wrap it up. And we gotta talk about real fast. Fucking Daniel Bryan fucking went the goddamn distance and had the goddamn battle scars to prove it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. His fucking chest was so red and scarred up and shit. Like, goddamn. But if anybody can go the distance, we know Daniel Bryan can. This is the guy who wrestled twice at WrestleMania 30.
Yep.
So, and, like, does the move where he runs back and forth from corner to corner to corner. So.
Yeah, like the Miz that he got from the Miz, right?
Or the Miz got from him, you mean?
No, it's the world famous, it drop kicks.
Anyway, so like I said, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Glorified house show. WWE got everybody with the okie doke. Not a terrible event, but definitely not a special event. Nothing miraculous happened by any fucking means. No title changed hands.
Sick
It is
belt,
what it
though.
is. Huh?
Sick belt though.
Yeah, it kind of looks like the fucking 205 Live Cruiserweight Championship with a green strap, to be honest.
I still like the way it looked.
It wasn't a bad belt. It was a nice ass trophy too, shit, with the swords on the side to hold it up. Yeah. But yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and close this out, y'all. Again, thank you all for listening. And if you need to make an audible, you can always cover it in the ring.
See you.